So you have all sorts of different events in the rodeo. So you have things like there's steer wrestling, which is literally, as it sounds, wrestling steer to the ground, which often involves fully twisting their neck. And you'll see in some of these videos, it's horrific. They honestly look like their spines are about to snap. They're at such obscure angles. Calf roping, which is seen as the most kind of controversial element. So they're using very, very young baby cows, some of which are, I think, 4 months old, 6 months old. So they're not fully formed at all. Their bodies are still very vulnerable. And again, they're slapped and tweaked behind the scenes so that they're anxious and ready to run as soon as the chute door is open. And then they run out, and then again, a chap on or a woman on horseback then will throw a rope around the calf's neck as he or she is running, and then they will literally sometimes have all 4 feet off the ground, flung backwards. And then the competitor, or contender should I say, has to then wrap a rope around, I think, 3 of their legs or something like that to keep them from moving. Now, when this is happening, you'll often see the whites of the animal's eyes showing, which shows that they're intensely in a state of fear. And they will often struggle out to get out of it, but then the bodies sometimes go into a state of shock as well, and they'll be heavily panting, and it's traumatic to watch it, let alone to actually be there and putting an animal into that state of shock, you know. Well, it's a really interesting one. I mean, it's still, when you think about the grand scheme of rodeo in New Zealand, it is an absolute minority of people that are attending these events. And that's the funny thing about it, is that, you know, back in the 2017 elections, before in the pre-election state, 62,000 people put their name to government, 62,000 Kiwis put their name to government to say that they wanted to support a total ban on rodeo. And, you know, that's only the people that know about it, right? I mean, New Zealand's a small population. 62,000 people is a lot of people to come forward as a voice and actually say that they really want change. I have to say, actually every single year we've been here, we've always had a really great response from people driving by. And actually this year, I have to say, the people going in aren't reacting as negatively towards us. And interestingly, someone just came out of the rodeo gates who had driven in there, and they came back out with their thumbs up at us, which is a bit of an arbitrary response. But anyway, we've had plenty of people kind of thumbs up, happy tooting us, and I would say it is the majority of people that are driving, the minority of people that are driving by with negative signs towards us. So that's really encouraging, and I think it's just a reflection of the state that actually New Zealanders don't support this. They understand that it's morally wrong, that there's no need for it, there's no call for it in our, you know, current society. Just go real slow to the traffic.